Oh, we lost
guys.
everybody. Oh no. Hey Jake, are we live?
Yeah,
I'm
we're
not.
live, guys.
I'm not waiting 59 minutes for this.
No. So, oh man, look at this. I'm
Guys,
looking at the stream
guys.
right now. Oh,
These are the
all right.
worst peanut butter balls I've ever had in my entire life.
For real?
Yeah, whoever made these, they did a horrible job.
If there's
How do
one,
you ruin that?
if there's one thing that our wonderful guests and viewers should know is that we enjoy snacks. We do.
That's why I have my trusty Ritz crackers.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say that was the
Oh,
peanut
that's
butter
gonna be
ball.
that's
A
gonna be
giant
some
log of it.
that's gonna be some pleasant audio. You want to go ahead and hey Jake, go ahead and open those up right now. Let's just get that out of the way.
Ooh, this is like ASMR.
Hey,
Get that real close to the mic.
Do you like me opening my bag of crackers?
People find that enjoyable.
Guys, we're gonna get a whole lot of other viewers.
We just got 1 million subscribers.
Oh,
What?
I would watch that for probably 10 days.
bearded ASMR videos. Okay, well, welcome once again to the RPG Academy presents Waterdeep Dragon Heist, where we take Wizards of the Coast module, Waterdeep Dragon Heist, and we dive deep. Where we're in it. We're in it to win it, or we're in it to just be there. That's kind of what we are. We're just kind of there, as adventurers are. And they look at you.
There's the first one.
Everybody drink.
All right. So I'm Tom. I am the game master for this game, this night and every other night.
Every night?
Every night, you guys can catch me here live on the RPG.
Can you tell us about that illustrious art behind you?
Oh, so yes, guys, thank you for pointing that out, Caleb.
Yeah.
I am currently out of town, so Jake is actually our producer tonight.
So
producer
any
Jake.
problems is all my fault, guys.
He's going to do a fantastic job. So just to kind of
I'd
throw
like
that
to
out.
say I'm sorry. I didn't ask about the production. I asked about the beautiful
Oh,
art.
this is just
Yeah.
because
Answer
welcome.
Answer the question.
This is the best that Hilton could provide. I went to the front desk and demanded better, but they said no, leave, and I was like, okay,
Oh
and so
my
I left.
God.
All right, so
Sponsored by Hilton.
sponsored by Hilton. So I'm Tom from New Jersey tonight,
Tom from New Jersey.
and let's go ahead and start with Troy. Just introduce yourself.
I'm Troy from Kentucky. And probably not Kentucky here shortly because I'm selling my house and moving. So we'll see how that goes. But I am playing just a wonderful purple gnome named Valbar. And Valbar is a property owner, unlike myself in a month, who will no longer be a property owner. So, yeah.
Cool.
Doing some
That's fun,
sincere
bud.
role playing.
And then let's go ahead and Jake.
Hi, I'm Jake. I'm playing Macon Kent, and I'm eating crackers right now. I'm a bard who he doesn't know what he's looking for in life, but you know what? He's gonna find it one way or another. With his best
Does
friend.
anyone really know what they're looking for in life? We're getting real philosophical.
Yeah, no, Jake, that is the
Philosophical.
best kind of D&D character. I want you to just be open to whatever story that I bring to you.
Does that mean I get an inspiration?
No inspiration for you because you're eating crackers. All right, so then we're going to go ahead and go for Caleb. Finish us off.
Yeah, I'm Keon Seabrook, a dangerous rogue. And I don't really know what I'm doing in life, but you know what? I'm going to find it.
Yeah, so you and Macon have that in common.
Oh, did he say that? Sorry.
You
I'm
guys
not
just
trying
have
to
this.
steal the A players' jokes. My fault.
You have this. Guys, I like this, though. You have synergy. All right, so brief recap you guys can see on your screen right there. Last time we had ended there was a massive explosion in Troll Skull Manor. It did a real work to Troll Skull Manor, and that did not make Valbar all too happy. Just giant fireballs blowing up. Like, people, what are they doing? What are they thinking?
I don't think that's covered in my insurance policy.
No.
Site.
So, but anyway, everybody rushed out to see what had happened. After doing some brief investigation before the city watch arrived, you guys were able to ascertain that it appeared to be some sort of mechanical person on the roof threw a fireball down into the street and just absolutely decimated several figures that were wearing black cloaks. Investigating those cloaked figures, you guys found out that they appeared to be Zentarum agents. There was a small purple gnome that was also seemed to be um, killed by the blast. So you guys were able to see that and able to track down that the Nimblewright ran across the roofs of Waterdeep all the way to the Sea Ward into this manor. Before you guys chased off after this Nimblewright, though, you guys ran into two of the premier City Watch detectives. You guys ran into our good old friends Saith Cromley and Barnabas Blastwind, who said that they would like to
Last win.
Blast one. They
Right.
want to talk to you guys later. They said don't leave town. Like I would let you leave Waterdeep when we're playing Waterdeep Dragon Heist. So. But anyway, you guys got to this manor, and when you got there, uh, you heard like some fighting beyond the walls. It was all very strange. You don't know what's going on. Seemed to be two different factions going at it. But then Keon did something unexpected for myself because, man, that was a very, very high DC skill check. And he was able to unlock the gate to this manor. Getting in, you guys all kind of went your separate ways, but you all kind of wound up on the balcony of the second floor. And you all went into this room, and you heard several people talking from another room that you couldn't quite see yet. And they appeared to be saying, you heard a female voice that was saying that she said, the Zents were done with them. We need to sever all ties, Harabaz. Do you get me? They need to leave. We're done. No more. We have a higher master. And that's where we're going to pick up. So you guys can see on the screen, we've got Valbar, Keon, and Macon. You all are in this manor. And where you all you hear two different things. You hear the voices coming from down here by this door. You guys see my clicking?
Yes.
And then from over here on this, there's an open door over on the western wall where you hear like almost like a muffled banging. It's just like some smacking wood coming from the other way. All right, so then I'm gonna turn over to you guys. You guys are standing in this room. Well, how are you guys reacting? What do you guys do when you see
we
everybody?
didn't we go in here and we sort of searched the room
Yes.
and we found some stuff. What did we find?
In this room, you found basically I think it was Macon or Keon and Valbar went over to a chest in this room. While Keon was kind of looking through the interior of the chest, Valbar popped open a secret compartment on the side, and in it he found a small box that contained basically robes and the symbol of Asmodeus. Asmodeus, for those who don't know, he is a very big bad in the Forgotten Realms. One of the Jake, do you want to give us a rundown? Give us a history
Yeah,
of
so
Asmodeus?
Asmodeus, he's basically like an evil god. So like he's not necessarily a demon, but I guess the closest approximation would be like if like Palor was evil. So he has all the powers of an actual deity, but yeah, he's not like I don't know. He's something that you
No,
can worship.
he's very bad.
But yeah,
So,
it's definitely something that it's not looked happily upon if you worship them.
no, so you guys in this box you found basically you found the symbols of Asmodeus, some robes, Valbar, and Valbar, you also found a picture of Lord Victoro Cassalantern. And it's very weird because his eyes almost have like blood, like that's been like applied to the picture. It's almost like it's like a small portrait. It's very small, black and white, almost like something that's been printed out. and his eyes have been marked with like fingerprints of blood.
Does Valbar sense any arcana coming off of the picture?
Make an Arcana roll for me. Ah, um, you don't necessarily sense anything magical, but let's just say that any sort of knowledge that you have of these kind of evil things, it definitely is giving you. It makes you very uneasy. This is some bad juju.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Mama Juju.
And then the other thing you guys found was the shield that was completely decorative, but
Yes.
it showed it had the basically the coat of arms of House Gralhund.
Yes.
This is
I'm
the
wearing
Gralhund
that
Manor.
on my back.
Think like this is basically like think like the Hyrule shield or the Hylian shield, for those who want to
Yeah.
get it. And then but basically it's with their coat of arms. All right, so what are you guys doing in here? You guys hear these muffled voices coming from the other rooms.
I want to sneak down there and slowly investigate the sound, see if I can hear.
Okay. So
Like creep around the corner slowly.
you want to come down to this door down in the south?
Yeah.
Okay. So Keon, you move down here. I want you to go to make a perception roll for me.
Mm-mm-mm-mm. Dude. It's thinking about it.
Is it? There you
No.
go. No, you're not hearing. You know what? You're not hearing much else. And then when you put your ear to that door, make a dexterity saving throw. 16. All right, you are able to dodge back out of the way as you see a massive half orc come out of this door. I want everybody to go ahead and roll initiative as he picks up a. He's going to. You see him. He's got a massive morning star in his hand, and he says, "Who are you? I don't know you. So you must be Zent, and the Zents have to die."
He sees
All right.
me.
What's that?
He sees me.
He comes out of this room and he just
Oh,
sees
wow.
you guys in this room with him.
So he just looks at us.
Would you say he looked at us?
I would definitely say he looked at
So-
you.
I was like kind of sneaking up to like the doorway, I assume here. When I made this dex check, was there any way I could like try to hide after a success, like behind the
Yeah,
door?
like you hid behind the
sense?
door. That makes sense
Yeah.
to me.
Like really, like hide behind the door would be what I would do there.
Oh, and
like, if I
just-
was able to successfully
No,
dodge.
so basically what this isn't basically like, think about it this way. It's not like you didn't know that he was coming out. So it's almost like the door just slammed open. You
Does
didn't really
the
have
door
time.
slam open towards me or outwards?
What's that?
Which way does the door open?
Well, he pantomimed it as coming in.
Okay.
Tom, do I go first?
You go first. And Keon, yeah, you just basically you jump back.
Okay, it's not going to matter because what Valbar is going to do is he's going to
Say that.
cast Pass Without Trace to
All
Keon and Macon and myself.
What does
All
that
right,
do?
here.
Oh, there it
That's
is.
this is what it does. A veil of shadows and silence radiates from me.
Okay, so who do you cast? You cast Pass Without Trace on everybody?
On the party. So Keon and Macon and Valbar can pass without trace. So and I use that action to kind of slink past the orc and out the door.
Okay. Yeah, so go ahead and move your character.
Where? Okay. Sorry, I have to scroll down to get to my map. So I'm gonna come. Oh, he's like right in the doorway.
Yes.
I'm gonna come down to this type of direction.
Oh yeah, because you rolled a 20, that's right.
I sure did.
All right. So, you're going to come down there.
Mhm.
He doesn't notice you especially because he's definitely his eyes are on Keon.
Right.
And
We're
it
on
is
Keon before he was veiled in shadows.
you. You veil him in. Oh, a veil of shadows and silence radiates from you, so everybody is within it.
Yes.
Oh man.
I
So
know.
he's like
Every creature you choose within 30 feet of you. So he doesn't choose the orc, so the orc is not.
yeah. So
Correct.
he kind of looks. He's like the orc is gonna look around. And he's like, "Where did everyone go?" As he kind of pulls out a torch and is just kind of waving it in front of you. You silent creatures think that you can hide from me. Hadabaz will find you all. You are in our home. As he just kind of he's like knocking stuff over, and it is going to be Makin's turn.
Who has the robes of Osmodeus?
I
That
do.
would be Balbar.
Okay, I would like to, if you'll let me, I'd like to go over to Valbar, if I can move
Okay.
my guy, and I would like to. Did you say the symbol of Asmodeus was also
No,
there?
so it's think like there's like these very fine silky robes, and then there's basically like think like two pendants of Asmodeus, almost
Okay.
like necklaces.
I want to take one of the pendants, and I
Yes.
want to throw it at him, and I want to say, "Do you not know the God that you serve?"
Okay. All right. I want you to go ahead and make a deception check for me.
Gladly. Deception. 24.
And I actually, so here's the thing. With this, I get to oppose that with my insight.
It's
Good
good thing it's an
luck.
orc.
Yeah, good luck, half orc.
What's a good half orc insult, Jake?
Yes. All right.
Tusk
He is going to.
face.
All right. What he's going to do. This is what this guy's going to do. Harabaz is you can see him. Can you guys see outside of this veil of shadows?
I think we can, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't say anything imposes our sight or movement.
All right. Okay. Yeah. So you guys this guy is going to just kind of. He doesn't look necessarily like terrified, but it's almost like a look of just alarm as he kind of looks out, and he's going to take a step back from you, Macon, and he's just going to kind of put his hands up with his morning star out, and he's going to just say, he's going to just call, he's going to say, Lady Gralhund, the master's here. When he says that, you see a woman come out.
We're still veiled in shadow, though. We're
You
up
are still
now.
veiled in shadows, and you see that she is. You see that she is definitely. She looks very elegant, but she's got like metal armor on as well. Underneath, like then you see like flowing kind of blue silkish kind of clothing underneath of her armor, and then she also is carrying She's got a rapier as well, and she's just kind of. She doesn't pull it out, and it is
I want
going
to whisper to. I want to whisper to Macon.
It's definitely it is Keon's turn too.
Yeah,
So go
I
ahead
want
and
to
go.
whisper to Macon. Macon, like very, very quietly. Tell the woman that you're not pleased with the orc man.
Can I speak?
You can go ahead and speak. Anybody can speak on any turn, but it's not necessarily there's not going to be an effect until
Yeah,
like,
that's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
yeah. So what do you want to?
This is for flavor. Okay.
Yeah. What do you want to say?
I want to say, you dare wear weapons in my presence.
Okay. So as soon as he says that, so the orc is kind of like dumbfounded, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't say.
Kind of like like this. Make
Yeah,
his face. Make his face for me.
Like
Is
confused?
he, like his mouth open? Like
Is that confusion? Surprise?
surprise,
is
but
his mouth
aggressive.
is his mouth like
surprise?
is his jaw like dropped to the floor? Kind of like that. Kind of like
Like a cartoon?
Like
yeah.
no,
Mm.
he's very. You see this guy he is from his look. You can see that this guy he's a very trained warrior.
Okay. I wanna move close to him.
Okay.
And hold my action.
All right. So you move close.
Yes.
You guys also, here's the thing. How long does this take? How long? I'm
It
just trying to
lasts
figure out-
for up to an hour. All it does is give us a +10 bonus to stealth checks, and we can't be tracked except by magical means.
So, but you're not hidden.
Yeah. A veil of shadows and silence radiates from you, masking your companions from detection.
Okay, so once you basically, this is very confusing because that's a very powerful spell.
I mean, yeah.
I know it's right there. I'm just trying to figure out like,
So level 2.
yeah.
I mean,
So
So basically, it gives you the same proponent as invisibility, but instead of being automatically invisible, we still have to roll. So there's still a chance of failure, is the idea.
okay, I want you to go. I want you guys to. I want Keon because you move so close. I
Mhm.
want you to go ahead and roll stealth for me.
Okay, and then I'm adding 10 to whatever the total is.
Yes.
So 35.
whoa.
So basically, because
Feels they're close.
you haven't made an action against him. Once you make an action, you're not going to be hidden from him.
Okay, that's
Right.
fine.
Also, why are you holding your action? What do
I'm
you
waiting
want
for him to speak.
Okay, so what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to add her to the bottom of the initiative order, and it's going to be Harabaz's turn, and he's just going to quietly say to Lady Gralhund, he's just going to say, "My lady."
As soon as he talks, I pull out one of the fireball beads that I have, and
Yep.
I insert it into his mouth as I'm standing right to him. So, I mean, I assume I can reach all the way up.
Yep. But
Yeah,
if you do this, you need to make a sleight of hand check.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Hold on, real quick. I just want to, before you do this, I just want to just so you guys know that I'm not trying. If you you have a chance of messing up a fireball, but that's okay.
Hey,
Go
that's
ahead.
okay. That's, nothing's set in stone. That's what the dice do.
Yeah. So you're gonna take one of these beads.
I mean, that could be a
Yeah.
one-hit kill on me.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Oh my gosh.
all right. What do we want this guy?
All right, 17.
You know what? We're gonna allow that to happen. He can't see you. He's speaking.
Yeah, 17 sleight of hand. I can reach up. I'm right next to him. I'm just placing it in the back, getting right up his mouth and just tossing it right in the back of his throat.
It's gonna be just you're just like a subtle it's almost like you're placing a grape in his mouth.
Exactly. And the context of this is the fact that Asmodeus, Macon, is telling him that he's not pleased, telling her he's not pleased with him, and then a fireball just explodes inside of his throat. I don't know if Asmodeus has that power, but I assume it doesn't look very good
He's
for
bad
him.
news bears.
Yeah.
Okay, so it just basically casts a fireball spell, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Inside of him.
Inside of it.
No, we're gonna do something special for this. All right, so you guys go ahead and tell me what's the fireball? Can somebody pull that up?
So it's 20 foot radius from a point wherever you start it. Everybody has to make a dex saving throw. On a pass, they take half damage. On a success, on a pass, they take half damage. On a failure, they take full damage. And it's 8d6.
8d6, yeah.
All right, so this is what we're gonna do. All right, so you put hit in him.
Yes.
All right. On a success, you still have to.
Take half damage.
Half damage.
All right.
But it's inside of him, so I would say quarter
It's-
damage.
So this is what's gonna happen. No, we're gonna because I like this. So instead of being 20 feet, we're gonna make it 10 feet. So basically, Macon and Valbar, you are not in range.
Thank
We
God.
good.
All right.
This is
So
why you always
then-
step back from fireworks, kids.
All right. So then, this guy is how many d8s?
8d6.
8d6.
Goodness.
And it's inside of him. I don't know.
How much can you re-emphasize that, Caleb? Where's it at again?
It's inside of him.
8d6.
So check
All
it
right,
out.
So
If you were standing next to a piece of
All right.
dynamite blowing up, right?
It would
That's
hurt.
gonna do some damage.
Yeah.
If
All right,
you
for sure.
swallow a stick of dynamite, you're just
Yeah.
dead. That's all there is
Yeah.
to it.
It's like
Yeah.
holding a firework in your hand as opposed to standing next to
Yeah,
it.
no, we're
It's
gonna
probably
say
so much
he's dead.
worse.
You guys, so first, Keon, go ahead and roll the damage.
You can roll the damage.
All right, so I
Mine's
rolled.
going so slow, dude.
All right, so I rolled 28. All right. And then what we're gonna go ahead and do is you guys go ahead and make. You're gonna go ahead and make
Dexterity saving.
dexterity saving throws. You're gonna roll it
Wait,
with
you guys or just Caleb?
just Caleb,
Okay.
and then also Yayla. Yayla Gralhund is gonna go ahead and make it too. All right.
Plus 10, right? Because of pass without trace.
No, it's
That's
only for
only for
stealth.
That's
Stealth.
not saving throws.
So, but
No, it's dexterity.
Oh, that's right.
stealth
Dexterity.
checks. Dexterity checks.
Dexterity.
No, it's
Stealth
Oh,
checks.
It's
yes.
not saving throws though.
No. So what's gonna happen is this guy explodes. You guys see this? Like, there's just guts. Man, guys, this is brutal.
And I would love it to like the point of it is like Macon is like talking as Asmodeus.
Oh my
do this
gosh.
shit.
This is good stuff. All right, so she is also gonna. So this is very interesting. She's gonna fail her saving throw, and no joke, she's dead.
Dead? Oh my goodness.
Guys, I don't. Yeah, this is very violent.
We broke the game.
I'm just
No,
gonna
no,
I'm
this
gonna turn to Valbar and I'm
Mhm.
just gonna say, "Oops, I might have overdone it."
Guys,
Wait, can you give me that one more time? One more again?
I might have overdone it.
Okay.
all right, guys, you see her just go, just like go flying.
Oh my goodness.
So she's going to. So this is what she's gonna just go. She's gonna go all the way. She's gonna let it burst and basically get blasted back into this corner up here. This guy is dead. That was interesting.
And then I'm gonna take 14 damage, right?
You are gonna go ahead and take 14 damage.
Okay.
What's that?
Yeah, that's right.
How much damage do you? How much health do you have now?
10.
No, you have more than 10 because you're level 3.
No.
Yeah.
Caleb, say yes.
Yes.
No, I didn't.
Caleb, add your health.
My max is 24. That's normal for level 3.
Mine's 32.
Mine's 19. I'm a squishy boy.
How much damage did you say you took?
14.
Oh, so you're still fine.
Yeah.
You're good.
What are you talking about? You're confusing me.
All right,
I'm
I'm gonna
looking
go. I'm gonna go
You're
check
ruining my
out.
immersion.
I'm gonna go check out the lady's body.
Nice. Check out it.
What is she like? A 6 out of 10?
Medium rare.
Yep. All right. You go over to her, and she has a set of. She's got some key ring. She's got a ring of keys.
A ring of keys.
What is that? Is that a magic item?
Is it inside a bag of holding?
A ring of keys. It basically allows you to unlock any door.
This is so awesome. This is perfect for thieves. Oh my goodness.
Now, she has a. She has this ring of keys. Then she's also has her. She's got her sword. She also is going to have around her neck. She has basically almost that looks like a key. Like it's this weird. It's kind of like it's this strange looking cog-like device.
Okay, I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take the ring of keys. On the Sorry, reading my wife's comments on the Twitch chat. She said 6 out of 10, medium to medium well on the Lizzie Steak scale of life. Finger guns. So I'm gonna take the keys. The sword. Is it a +1, +2, +3?
No, it's just a regular sword.
Okay. So I guess I'll just take it.
It is so definitely you're gonna. It's very nice. It's got a gold hilt. It's well balanced. It definitely appears to be it's a noble sword.
So I'll take it. Why
Is
not?
there any tusks left over from the orc dude? No.
Um,
Are you gonna make a
No.
potion later?
No, I was just gonna collect them. You know.
no, the way you put this in his, it's gone, man.
Okay, that's fine. I was like, next, orc can come across, I can just take out my bag of orc tusks, show them, then they'll get scared. That's the plan. Not that they're
Yeah.
gonna attack me.
Okay. No. So you find this, and also, Macon. So I assume that you walked up to her up here.
Yeah.
So when you did that, you kind of also noticed that that banging noise stopped.
I feel like you want me to investigate this banging noise.
No,
in-
I'm just telling you
in
that
the
it's,
spirit. I'm just gonna walk away. No, I'm just kidding. Just gonna go. I'm gonna open those doors wide. I don't care. I fear nothing.
okay. If you go into that room,
Wait, we're still in the Veil of Shadows too.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
We are in
true.
the Veil of Shadows.
We are veiled in shadow. We are the night.
It is true. We are veiled in shadow.
all
So
right.
Valbar's still in the corner, and he's just kind of surveying the room. Like, what did we just do? This is very disturbing to Valbar. He didn't expect anyone to explode on this night.
It's day.
During this day, he goes over to Keon and lays his hands on his shoulders and casts healing word and says,
Thank you. I appreciate that, Alvar.
and he just says, that was the grossest thing I've ever seen in my life. Are you okay?
I'm fine. A little hurt, but I couldn't have done it without you. That was tremendous magic work. This.
Okay. So go ahead and you heal. Valbar heals Keon.
Sweet.
There you go.
Oh,
and then
not very much.
Macon, do you open up that door?
Yeah, I'm gonna crank
Okay.
it open.
There is a lot of stuff that's going on, in this room. There
I want to be clear that I'm in the Veil of Shadows, but if you remember, underneath I am wearing Zentarum like outfit, right? Because that's what I found in the
yes,
the barracks.
Uh-huh.
And also under that I have my hat of disguise disguising me as one of the guards that we saw. Like I have Zentarum clothes. Underneath that I am disguised as one of the house guards, but on top of all of it I'm in Veil of Shadows.
Okay. You're going to, if you go into this room, you see several dead guards lying on the floor, and you see Zentarum's soldiers above the guards, basically wiping off their blades as they look over to you. And they say, "What was that explosion, brother?"
I'm gonna say, just taking care of some of these, nobles that think they can break ties with us.
He says, "I know. The Gralhunds have no idea who they're dealing with, but we need to leave now. The city watch is sure to be here any moment."
Well, we better get a move on, shouldn't we?
And they're going to say, "Ah!" And they're going to run down these stairs.
I'm just gonna turn back and be like, I've made some new friends.
I'm gonna look over. Hey guys, this is like clearly a nice place. They have to have, like, we're thieves. There should be like treasure here. Like, let's find their gold.
Wait, we're not thieves anymore. Though we're business people.
Right, we're business people, but we need capital and funds to, help exponentially grow our business, right? Valbar, that's what you taught me.
Well, I want to point this out. I don't want to split hairs, but you see this sword, it is very noble-esque. So, us being found here with the body of a dead noble probably doesn't bode well, since the crime of killing a noble is death. So, what do you say we leave, come back in the guise of the Purple Puncher and crew, and solve the murder, right? But if you want to pilfer the coffers while we're in there, that's fine.
I agree. We need to get out of here.
Let's go. Let's follow the
Okay.
Okay. So
All right.
or let's just say that do you guys want to just leave the facility then?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
this is good. All right, so
But we're gonna post up nearby to like keep an eye on the thing and see what happens. Like, does the city watch show up, and are they starting
okay.
to do
We're
So
still
stuff?
veiled in shadow too, by the way, so we can do it kind of discreetly for up to an hour.
no, so the way I'm kind of picturing this veil and shadows now that we say this, like it is
Yeah.
daylight, and the way I'm kind of
Hey,
picturing
it's
this is
not
like,
daylight.
yeah, it is.
It was nighttime when we got here.
Was it?
It took us
Well,
all day to track.
But you just told me that it was daytime.
Yeah, I thought it was daytime. You know what, guys? This is what we're gonna do.
We're
This is
in
what we're-
fiction now. So does Waterdeep? Let's establish that they have like 4-hour days or something.
Because you said he had a torch. Why would he have a torch? It was daytime.
All right, this is what we're gonna do. We are going to go ahead and roll a dice. All right, evens. It's going to be daytime. Odds, it's gonna be nighttime.
Daytime, 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 daytime.
Day man.
Oh,
All right, so I'm gonna
no,
night.
All right, so I rolled a 3.
it's not.
It's nighttime.
Nighttime.
No,
So,
the
but
The
the way
night
I'm,
man.
so the way I'm kind of picturing this too, I'm picturing like if it was daytime and you were kind of standing in the middle of the street, I'm just almost picturing like shadows, just like almost like fluidly going over you. It's like if you're standing in light, it would be obvious that you're there. All right. There's a shadow person. I'm trying to think of a cool anime, but I can't think of it. All right. So, there are no cool animes.
Wow,
All right.
that's blasphemous.
No, I love anime. All right. So then,
Wow, what a weeaboo.
Words.
Unsubscribe.
so you guys are outside. It's nighttime, and sure enough, you see a bunch of So you see a bunch of Zents leave the facility, and a little bit later, there's going to be torches that are coming down the streets, and there is a whole host of City Watch that are here.
Macon, can you jump back into your City Watch regalia?
The only thing I'm worried about is jumping into the city watch regalia. Like, I can go high up on the totem, but he's the docks ward guy. Like, what we really need to do is we just need to get me a profile of like, oh, we're in this ward, then I need to be this guy. So that way we can,
You've got a book.
yeah.
Can you let's like Assassin's Creed somebody into the bushes. You can steal their identity, and we'll jump back out of the bushes with you as that person.
Ooh,
Assassin's Creed style doesn't work very well in Dungeons and Dragons, though.
Well,
Because a lot of times you fail and don't kill them in one shot.
almost always.
Unless you have a bead of fireball and you can insert it into their mouth.
No,
Well,
so
here's what you could do. Why don't you just look at somebody and
Actually,
replicate them
Tom
and say, "Oh,
had-
they're an imposter."
Tom created some awesome rules for
That's right.
one-shot killing things.
Yeah.
Check it out on Roll20's Patreon or RPG Academy's Patreon, and an upcoming one-shot adventure sheet coming
Yeah.
to a Patreon
Does it
near
include?
you.
Does it include putting fireballs inside of orcs?
No, but Jake does bring up if you go ahead and support us on Patreon, I write one-page adventures, and this latest one does include a coup de grace rule where you can kill people with one shot. All right, but we are not using that in this game.
Oh, dang it.
All right, so Jake, go ahead and I moved your guys' character. If you want to go ahead and move your screen down to the south, you'll see where I've kind of placed you all.
Oh, I see.
Okay. So you guys are outside of the gates. It's nighttime. And sure enough, there's a whole host of. They got reports that there's fighting going on at Gralhund Manor. People said they reported an explosion, and we're going to see several people that you already know. Let's see here. Most importantly, we see Saith Cromley and Barnabas Blastwind. They're kind of standing at the doors, and there's all sorts of guards around them, and they're just kind of talking. And they just gonna you hear Barnabas say, it was very convenient that we also tracked the that nimble right here as well, and then shortly after, explosions and whatnots. Um, are we ready to go? He looks kind of at the other city watch. He's like, "Are y'all ready to go in and find out what's going on?" Several city guards like, "All right, just get out of the way, Barnabas." As you see a large kind of city watch guy, they kind of all kind of rush in. What do you guys want to go ahead and do then?
I mean, we should probably follow him in, right? And also investigate.
Are you guys going to reveal yourselves,
Uh,
or are you guys going to make stealth checks?
okay, question.
Yes.
Did I come to Barnabas and what's his name?
Saith.
Did I come to them in the guise of the?
You did.
Okay.
You did, and they were definitely they remember they did question you. Um, they asked you why you were here. If you guys don't remember, they have met Saith and Barnabas already, and when Jake first met them, he used his hat of disguise to disguise himself as
The dock ward guy,
Captain
right?
Staget.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna whisper to Valbar to release me from the pass without trace, and I'm going to. But before I do that, I'm gonna take off my clothes,
Whoa.
my Zint clothes, and just put them in my bag, put everything in my bag, and how to disguise myself back into Captain Stiggett.
All right, you're gonna disguise yourself as Captain Staget. Keon, what are you gonna do?
Watch.
Dress back.
I'm gonna stay in the Veil of Shadows.
Okay. Do you stay outside, climb the wall?
No.
What is
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and climb onto a building again. Actually, if there's any,
just
cause,
kind of
yeah,
observe?
yeah, observe up top.
Okay. Good. Okay. Go ahead, and while you're doing all this climbing, I do want you to go to make a stealth check though.
Okay, and I do get a +10 to whatever.
Plus
You get
10.
a +10.
Mm.
Frozen.
Oh, so here's the thing. They are gonna have to stay within 30 feet of you.
I thought it was 30 feet. That. Well, I can just use it to get on top of the roof and then whatever. I don't care.
Okay. Yep. That's fine. When you get
Yeah, I need
up on,
someone to make a stealth check for me. I think it's frozen.
all right. What are you talking about? No, all right. You get up on the roof. You need to figure out what's going on with your roll. Figure out what's
I
going on
mean,
with
it's
your
a
roll.
16. It's a +6, +10. So I'm gonna get at least a 16.
All right. So then,
At
and
least
then
a 17, so.
Valbar, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna walk into the courtyard, still veiled, and also within 30 feet of Keon.
All right. So Valbar, you walk in. Keon, you walk in too, right?
Yep.
I want Valbar. I want you to go ahead and make a stealth check.
Alright. Mine's doing a similar thing. I got this.
And Macon. Oh, you said you're basically. Oh, nice. You're still hidden. Macon, are you still going to be disguised? You still have the Veil of Shadows?
No. So I dropped out of the Veil of Shadows, and I'm just gonna walk right up to
Okay.
both of them, and I'm gonna hold the gate open, like in any door and anything that I pass through. I'm gonna hold it open an extra second so Valbar can slip in behind me.
Okay.
So I'm gonna retcon a little bit, and when I took off my stuff and told him to release me, I just told him to stay close on my heels at all times. And so I'm just gonna assume always that if somebody tries to like walk behind me, I move to make sure they don't bump into Valbar.
So you're saying that I basically am a shadow.
Yes,
at this
my
point.
shadow.
Right.
Yes. But I'm just gonna walk up to him and be like, "Oh, gentlemen, I'm glad you've come."
Captain Steak. It's convenient seeing you here again.
Is it convenient, or are we chasing the same brigand?
Barnabas leans in really closely. Are you on a case that you haven't reported yet?
Well, let's say it fell into my lap and I haven't had time to go through the proper channels.
Well, I am of the Order of Investigators, and technically, matters such as this fall under my jurisdiction. You are in charge of the Sea Ward. Not the Sea Ward, the Dock Ward.
Yes.
You don't often come up here.
I don't. I don't. But I'm sure you can relate to an old sea dog uh, chasing a bone.
You want to fill me in on what you're doing? Or before I have to order you off my crime scene?
Yeah, I'm here to help, to lend a hand, a fresh eye. Obviously, I'm just as adept at this as you are. In fact,
He
I
starts laughing when you start talking about being adept as him. He says, "Oh," he says,
I'm going to step back and I'm going to say, what do you see in this area right here?
"I see you."
No, no, not now. Tell me, what happened here, let's say, an hour ago?
All right. So Barnabas is not one to kind of give up on a challenge of he's going to kind of look. He says, "Well, clearly," he kind of looks down at the ground. There's a lockpick there. This door was picked. So there were people who came in this door. But
How many?
He kind of looks down at the footsteps. He kind of leans down, takes some of the dust. 3.
Does he have
No.
to roll? Or
No,
is this
he doesn't,
automatic?
because
No.
Tom is going to make a fool of me.
Dude, he's gonna say no, not 3, 2.5.
Oh my god!
One was a gnome. All right, and then he's going to say, and then he's going to look at you, and he's going to. But I don't think it was these ones who caused this deal. It's just the fighting seems to originated from inside the manor. But that is all I can say because I've just walked in. Tell me, Captain Staggett, what do you observe?
I'm going to point over to, like if you're looking at the screen to the right. Clearly, there's been fighting between two factions over here.
I told you that.
In that exact location. You pointed over there and said that there was fighting in that
There's
spot.
fighting everywhere.
Okay? It looks like somebody has climbed onto the second story balcony. Looks like they were accompanied by someone much smaller. It seems like someone else came through the gate and went precisely through this door here. And I'm basically just describing exactly what me, Keon, and Valbar did. I'm also going to say, also, if you look at the tracks, it looks like a large group of people left by this gate in a hurry. Probably those involved in the fighting.
He says, he kind of very astute, Captain Staggett, for someone of the Dark Lord. He says, but what you have described is the people who climbed this roof are most definitely the people that I said walked in who were not part of this original scuffle. Valbar, when all this is going down, what are you doing?
I'm trying to remain as quiet and undetectable as possible.
Okay, so other than just being quiet, why are you here inside?
So I feel like Valbar is almost like being coerced. He's got a little bit of curiosity about
The Tinker
where
Toy.
the giant robot's at. You know, he's super into Tinker Toys, like he
Oh,
said.
that's right. You guys never found that robot.
Yeah, we never did find the robot. So I'm trying to get to the bottom of where that robot went. The antics, of sneaking in and, lying to the authorities isn't really like what I'm about, but I've seen it have results in the past, so I'm going along with it.
Okay, so you're going along with all this.
Mm-hmm.
Keon, you're up on the roof. What are you doing?
Yeah, where are they at presently?
They're kind of right inside the courtyard, right inside the gate. You're up on the roof. You can kind of look down into this courtyard. There's all these torches that are now lit. There's about 20 constables. A couple of griffin riders have kind of landed, and you see there's actually one griffin that's kind of almost like going over the manor. And you see all of this as you're kind of standing on the darkness of this room.
Well, I'm observing that stuff and keeping somewhat of a watch around me as well for anything new or additional. But my main attention is focused on Macon and his conversation he's having with the two detectives. So I'm trying to read their body language from a distance and try to hear as much as I can from that conversation.
Okay.
Like,
All right.
I'm pretty intently focused on that.
All right. So go ahead and roll perception for me.
You don't have to do it. My roll 20 is frozen. I'm trying to restart it.
Okay.
Disaster.
disaster. So
Uh,
you rolled a 3.
3? Dang it.
All right.
Well, it's
Yeah,
+1, so that's 4.
it's a 4. All right. All right. So back down to the courtyard. Barnabas and Saith are just kind of starting to pick through some of the weeds and bushes and whatnot. And Barnabas is just going to look back up at you and say, Captain Staggett, although I do appreciate your help, I still don't quite understand what you're doing here. Is
Well,
there a particular case that originated in the dock ward that has caused you to come up here
are you
where you're not
familiar?
necessarily needed?
Are you familiar with Bainair?
I am.
Apparently, on his ship, he was transporting 2 clockwork. What are these things called?
Nimble rights.
Clockwork nimble rights aboard his ship. So, when I caught wind of a nimble right involved in the Trollskull Alley, I merely have been tracking it from the dock ward, which is my jurisdiction, to here.
I like that. Like that a lot. He's gonna say. He's gonna say. Seems that our 2 cases may have more in common than I originally thought.
I'm so smart.
He's gonna say, dude, this is great. I love it when my players are smart. He's gonna say, okay, fair enough. I could use your help. You seem to be a very astute investigator. So how about this? Me and my old pal Saya will take the bottom floor. If you want to take the balcony, is that okay?
I'll start in the balcony if that's what
Yes.
you require, but
That is
I
right.
will go where the clues lead.
That is all I ask. Okay.
Okay.
Where do you want to go?
So I guess we'll go back to that room that we were in. But instead of going out that door and then down the stairs, yada yada, we'll go through the door that the one lady that we blew to pieces was coming from, that the half orc came from.
That is a closed off room.
What does that mean?
So you're saying that you want to go into that room?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so we'll just kind of leave you here just because there's not that. We'll just be able to describe this. All right. So you kind of go upstairs, and Macon, Keon, you see Macon start to head up to the balcony as well. The into that room. Macon. It is actually a children's room. That is definitely there's nobody else in here, but looks like there's just toys and chests and 2 small beds that are in here. And a picture of Lady Gralhund, her husband, and 2 children.
You killed these kids' mom. God.
No, the group didn't. You did. All right. So,
Hey, well, it's really going to help the father's custody battle in court. So it'll all be good there, right?
it's got dark. All right. So
She seemed pretty evil. Okay, she was dealing with Asmodeus. Okay, let's be
Potentially.
honest. I bet the dad is a good guy. Okay, I'm sure the kids are safe.
All right. So, what do you guys want to do now? You're up here, Macon. Valvar, are you with him?
Yeah, I'm following right
There's
behind him.
so there aren't basically Barnabas has kind of given Captain Saget kind of the run of things, and since it's upstairs, there's nobody else up here. Every once in a while you'll see a city watch, but it's kind of dark and it's kind of quiet up here now.
So I feel like character-wise, like I pick up that picture, and I'm looking at it, and I'm realizing that, like, yeah. So she worshipped Asmodeus, but like, she still had a family. So I'm gonna pull one of those cliche like gripping the picture really really hard until like the glass breaks slightly, and then just like putting it back down, and then just like exiting the room. And I don't even want to look in that room anymore.
You see Valbar. You see Macon kind of come out of that room. You see like his fingertips are kind of like bleeding
Mm-hmm.
slightly. Um, Macon, or Keon, have you joined them upstairs?
Mm-mm. They look like they were okay going inside, like not like under duress or anything like that.
Okay. All right. So yeah, just let me know if you want to do anything. Otherwise, so
Yeah, I'm just now that they're inside. Now I'm just gonna kind of observe the city, watch outside, watch for anything changing in the environment, that kind of stuff.
okay. While you're while
Usually
you're
watching.
while you're outside, you hear a couple of the city watch on the street. They start saying, "I tell you what, this whole Zent steal has gotten out of hand. Murdering nobles now. I tell you what, I was upstairs. It was absolutely, it was disgusting the way they burned her body like that. Lady Gralhund, she didn't do anything to anyone. She was, I was like, I agree. She was a great benefactor of the Sea Ward.
Dalbar quietly rolls his eyes.
You don't hear this, Valbar. And
He just does that randomly out in the
yeah,
courtyard.
randomly we have a little, but then
Cutscene.
also, Keon, you hear them say, I'm trying to give you some good information here that potentially would be useful. Yeah, you just basically hear them say that it was the Zents. Um, Back up top, Macon and Valbar, you kind of hear you hear somebody in one of the other rooms that you guys didn't go into. Basically, remember that room where the knocking was?
Mm-hmm.
There's somebody.
Hmm.
I guess we'll
Can I?
open it up.
When you open up that door, there is a man in there. He's just kind of sitting on the bed, and he just kind of looks up at you and he says, "I've given my statement already."
Who have you given your statement to?
One of the watch.
Well, you haven't given it to me.
He says, "My wife is dead. I have to come up with something to tell our children. Can you please just leave me alone?"
I'm going to. You said he's sitting, right?
He's sitting.
I'm just gonna like. I'm gonna kneel, not kneel, like squat down in front of him, and I'm gonna like put my hand on his shoulder and say, "I'm deeply sorry for your loss. If it is any consolation, you talking about it may help bring those to justice."
He's going to look at you and he's going to say, oh, he's going to look at you and he's going to say, all right. You can bring them to justice.
I will do my best.
Then fine. I didn't tell the other ones. Please, please. I'll say something if you give me an oath to secrecy.
Yes, you have my word.
He says, my name is Oran Gralhund. Lady Yalia Gralhund was my wife. She was killed by Zents. But she was not who the people of the Sea Ward thought she was. Don't get me wrong, she was a loving mother. But she convinced me, and she let it up herself. She's been bankrolling several black network operations in Waterdeep.
Under whose authority?
She wouldn't say, but I do know she was involved with the plot to kidnap Rainier Neverember to steal the Stone of Golor. But my wife, she got frustrated with the Zents and their inability to get the stone. So she decided to take care of things herself. I cannot believe that she would do this. I warned her not to. She gave her nimble right. That blasted necklace. She told her nimble right to go finish off the Zents and get the stone. She thought that she could do it without them. And now here we are. They were pissed off. She failed. I don't even know if she got the stone. She's dead now. No one knows where it is. All I know is now that the Zents are gone. My wife is dead. It's over with.
Where is the nimble right now?
I don't know. Before all this went down, she handed it a piece of paper and a small package, and she told it to run.
Before the Zins attacked?
It was during the attack. Look, you have to kill these Zents. They're a plague to Waterdeep. This is what she would want done. This is her legacy. Her death can be used to destroy the Zents.
I will keep this information in confidence. Don't tell anybody else.
He's gonna look. I won't. He says, but like I said, they're dangerous. She was a formidable fighter. Her and her orc bodyguard. Incredibly tough and resilient. The Zents were able to do this to them. Imagine what they could do to others.
I'm gonna stand up and go to walk away, but I'm gonna turn back and say, I have one more question. And I'm
What?
gonna pull out one of the necklaces that I took from Valbar
Mm-hmm.
with the symbol of Asmodeus.
Mm-hmm.
Care to explain?
His face almost goes white when you show it to him. Look, I'm not pleased with everything that we've done, but it was a way of life. It's how we got through things. There are those in Waterdeep that can offer peace. And he's going to look at that symbol. Whenever there's light, there is shadow. We are that shadow. If you wish to know more, then I suggest you speak to Victorio Cassalanter.
I'm gonna put it in my bag as he talks.
And if you see, he says, if you see Victorio, tell him that I'm done. I don't want any more of his weird religion.
All right, I'm going to exit the door, and I'm going
Yep.
to hold the door open for Valbar so he can follow me. And I'm gonna
It's very
go.
weird. He sees you kind of like just kind of walk out, kind of stand with the door open.
I want to do it. I'll do it more like I go to exit the door, and like I hold the door open, and I like turn back and look at him, and then I just go. So I make it look like I'm making a dramatic exit, but really I'm just holding the door open.
Okay.
I'm gonna head out onto the balcony.
Yep.
Is there anybody within earshot if I start talking to Valbar on the balcony?
Make it. What are you trying to do here? What do you want?
Well, I just want to be able to talk to Valbar.
Oh, I see. You know what? I like the idea of like Macon is like in the shadows of,
Keon?
or Keon. Keon is it kind of
I'm dressed up in my purple puncher costume now.
yes. So this is kind of what I'm envisioning. Keon, you can change it if you want. Macon and Valbar, you guys step out onto this balcony. It's a full moon over Waterdeep. There's torches and people are still, and all of a sudden you see just kind of like drop down from the roof is Keon.
That's me, Purple Puncher.
So he drops down behind me.
I don't know, Keon, how do you do this?
No, so I'm like, no, I don't drop down yet. I'm perched on top of like the roof. Maybe because you got the balcony here, and then like to the right, there's like a another like overhang, and I'm perched, and I'm kind of imagining it like I'm like position myself between them and the moon. Okay, so they look up like I'm silhouetted by the moon, and all of a sudden I just look over,
I'm here.
Are you
and they
Batman?
look up and they see I'm just like the purple puncher in the moonlight. It's awesome. It's the coolest thing they've
So
ever
when I
seen.
see the BA Purple Puncher,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna I'm gonna walk up to him, and very quickly I'm going to grab his collar and I'm gonna punch him right in the face.
Hmm.
He punches me.
Yeah,
You
I
just
want to
punch,
react.
you just gonna punch him?
yeah.
Make a strength save. I want to see where this goes. Or a strength check.
Can I do dexterity instead? Like a quick punch, like a rapid punch. Like I'm not going for
Okay.
strength. I'm going for make sure I get a hit.
Alright, so roll dexterity.
All right, dexterity, 19.
And then um and then Keon, go ahead and make a reaction. I don't know what you're using. How would you do it? So the moonlit sky of Waterdeep. This is what happens to Keon. Macon, you punch Keon and he falls off of the building into the bushes below.
Oh,
As you are
friendship destroyed.
you are like, what are you like? As you turn to Valbar? What is this? What do you look like to Valbar?
I feel like I might have just not I'm not crying, but maybe I have like moist eyes.
Valbar also looks like his eyes are moistening as well, and he says, Macon, what are you doing?"
And I'm just gonna say, she had a family.
But we're a family.
There was no need for the senseless slaughter. He's gone too far.
No. Listen, I've seen a lot of really bad stuff today, but this is the most heartbreaking thing I've seen all day. All night. Sorry. Shoot! Immersion ruined.
All
Can I
night.
get another cut at that?
Yeah,
can I get
yeah.
another
Go,
take?
go
Get
for
another
it. Say all night.
All night.
Okay, cool. I'll fit that back in. All right. So the yes, you look at Macon and you see just definitely a look of angst, but determination as he looks at you all. And at this point, also, Saith comes out. Saith and Barnabas come out of the door onto the balcony. They're going to look at you all. They're going to, oh man, look at you. All right, they're going to, hey, Staggett, who is this?
Who's who?
Valbar.
He's still Cassalanterns' friend.
How long does that last?
An hour.
An hour.
Oh, it's definitely been an hour.
Since when?
It's been an hour. It's been an hour since he cast the spell.
Okay, then he would have cast it again before we went in.
So
I'm
Valbar,
just burning all my spell slots.
did you cast it again? All right. So do you still want to be? Do you want to cast it again?
No, I think I'm ready to come out of the shadows.
All right. Yeah. So he's gonna look at you because we want to see what happens here. He's gonna say, Captain Staggett, who is this? As he looks at Valbar. Who are you?
I put my hand out and I go, "My name is Valbar Mundy. It's nice to meet you.
You're the gnome from Trollskull Manor.
The one and only." should stop by Tuesdays. We have a big concert. This man here's the headliner.
Captain Staggett?
Yep,
I'm not the headliner.
you're a headliner.
He's
That's
been,
what I've written down.
I love the whole idea that Valbart continues to forget that. What if gnomes have the ability to not recognize disguises?
no, I think Valbar is just like racist and he thinks all humans look alike.
That's totally it.
I don't look any different to him than I would if I was Macon or not.
Okay, so he's gonna say, Stag, you better have a good explanation for why you've brought a civilian into our crime scene.
Well, listen, I'm not any ordinary civilian. I'm tied to this case as well.
And second of all, I didn't bring him in. I walked down to the balcony and here he was.
Have you questioned him? Hold on, no. So we need to slow down. He's gonna pull out a notebook. Okay, we're gonna do things professional. Mr. Valbar Mundy. Can I just call you Valbar?
Sure.
All right,
We're on a
Valbar.
first name basis. We're all friends here.
Valbar. What are you doing here?
Well, there's a big explosion right outside my bar.
Yes.
I went out, looked to see what was going on in the streets. Saw a dead body. It was a purple gnome. Guess what? I'm a purple gnome too. So then you guys came around, and you're asking a bunch of questions, and then, there was some, robot on the roof. I was following it across the streets, and it came in this direction, and there were a bunch of people running outside, and then I saw the town guard coming in, and I just decided to come in and have a look.
You realize that civilians should leave this sort of thing to the city watch.
Well, but I'm here to help, as a concerned citizen of Waterdeep. I feel like, maybe my skills could be utilized a little bit here. I mean, you wouldn't turn down free help, would you?
You know what? He looks over at your story checks out. There's definitely we tracked the exact same nimble right here.
Yep, that's what they're called. I just saw a big clockwork toy and I got real excited.
Well, I'm going to take your statement. I'm going to ask you to leave. And if I have any other questions, I'm going to come down to the Troll Skull Manor, have a drink, and we'll talk more. How's that sound?
Well, I mean, I can help out here. It's no problem. I closed up the shop and everything because you guys told me to.
No,
I had
that's
no
okay.
business to attend to other than solving
This is City Watch business. Isn't that right, Captain Staggett?
Yeah, Captain Staggett. What do you think, Captain?
Well, I think he's trespassing and he needs to be taken in for questioning.
Valbar's face is pure shock and disgust.
Well, I mean, so this is good because Barnabas Blast, when he knows that Captain Staggett has a reputation for being a strong arm of the law, so Captain Staggett saying that he's going to take him in is probably going to be an acceptable response, and he's going to say, "Fine. I mean, if you want to take him in, that's you. He's your witness. You take his statement. I have all I need. He confirmed my story." He says he's going to look at you, Staggett, and he's going to say, "We should catch up sometime. Compare notes. This is not going to be the last time that we're going to be dealing with the Zents. I fear that there's a greater plot in motion. But for now, the Nimble Right is not here. Myself and Seoth, our next course of action is to track down this Nimble Right. It seems to be at the center of all that's transpired over the past 24 hours. If we find the Nimble Right, I think we'll get our next answer there."
Agreed.
He's going to shake your hand, He's gonna leave.
Valbar reaches out his hand as he's walking out and is just ignored.
He is ignored.
This makes Valbar sad.
All right. So what now?
Um, I feel like I mean we definitely leave. Um, and
You head back to Troll Skull Manor, or do you take him down to the station?
well, I'm gonna pretend like I'm taking him down to the station until we're out of eyesight, earshot, making sure that we're not being followed. And
Make
then,
a perception check.
Okie dokie. Perception. 23.
Out of the corner of your eye, you see Saith following you.
So I'm just gonna stop, and I'm not gonna look back at him. I'm just gonna stop, and I'm gonna say, "Is there a problem, Saith?"
No. Of course, I'm just heading down to the station. As you were. So it would make sense that we would be taking the same path.
Oh, so you work in the dock ward now?
You're right. No. I'm headed back to the Sea Ward. He's going to just tip his hat to you and he's going to say, "Have a pleasant evening."
You as well.
And he's going to turn and walk away.
All right, I'm gonna continue walking toward the docks ward and making
Yep.
sure that I'm not being followed again.
Yeah, you're not being followed. It's just Saith.
All right, I'm gonna go into a dark alley and drop the disguise.
Okay?
And yeah. So Valbar. Next steps, next course of action. What do you think?
I think we need to go after that robot.
So we could try and track the robot. We could also see what we can learn about this Stone of Golor.
I feel like we're getting off track here. The main purpose of this was to go find the robot that sent that destruction right in front of the bar.
True,
That could
true.
happen any day.
But let me
Again.
okay. Let me use some words here. So we started our entire life here in Waterdeep needing money, right? So
Yeah.
we bumped into Rainier, who had access to an entire fortune, 10,000 dragons, golden dragons. So, turns out he doesn't know where the gold is. But apparently this Stone of Golor has something to do with finding the gold. The clockwork person is already after it, so we find the stone, we find the clockwork soldier.
Or we find the clockwork soldier and we find the gold.
I feel like both are pretty viable.
Okay.
Where did Keon go?
I don't know. He's probably
guys-
off licking his wounds and punching people.
You punched him into the bushes, and then I like the idea of you went down and looked, and the bushes were empty.
Do you think we should go hunting for Keon or just go straight for the gold?
Keon often goes off on his own adventures. We'll let him stew for a bit. I do better without having to look at him for a while.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay. So you guys you've got a few different courses of action that you're kind of, so basically one is you go after the robot that Yala Gralhund sent away. The other is, what was the other one?
Try and track the robot ourselves.
Oh, so
The
you
nimble
just-
right.
So that's what I was just said. So the
Oh.
one course of action was tracking the robot. Was there another thing that you were thinking about?
Find some information on. Did you say the Stone of Golor?
Stone of Golor. Somebody who may actually have information on this would actually be somebody
Rainier.
that you would know. Rainier or even Volo.
Volo.
Oh, but definitely Rainier is definitely, because you think about it. Rainier was originally even Lord Gralhund even said that his wife helped the Zents plan his kidnapping in order to find the stone.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to. So we're heading back to the Troll Skull Manor, right?
Yep.
So I'm gonna go upstairs to Rainier and talk to him when we get back.
So what's actually interesting is that Rainier is not um upstairs. He's sitting um at the bar, and he is appears to be quite inebriated.
Mm.
Do you have cure poison? Make Valbar.
He,
I don't think so.
he's gonna be standing at the bar, and he's just going to be just slurring his words, just drinking. He's like, Volo, I always said that my dad would be the death of me. And now he is. I swear I'm just gonna, I don't even know anymore. He's gonna kind of look up at you. Hey, Macon, Palabar, and yeah, pour you a drink? So I was like, well,
Yes.
technically I will be pouring the drinks, and Rainier, I think you're done for tonight. As Vol's gonna pour you guys a couple drinks. He's gonna look at Valbar. Rainier's been in here for a very long time, drinking. I'm just gonna his tab is quite high.
He didn't, offer to pay it or anything, or
What's that?
he hasn't paid his tab.
Well, I mean,
He's gotta pay.
he's probably good for it, but I'm just letting you know. Um,
I mean, it's good for business. So
he's quite messed up. But anyway,
clearly, hey,
Uh,
we got some beds upstairs.
we do. Anyway, he's not my problem. He's gonna kind of walk away, and Rainier's gonna look at you all. What do you want?
Actually, I want to talk to Volo for a moment, Rainier.
You don't want to talk to me?
Oh, I do, more than anything in the world. But
I
first,
want to talk to you.
well, first I want to talk to Volo.
No, 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 no. You talk to me.
No, I think I'm gonna talk to Volo.
And he's gonna say, you talk, you talk, and then he's just gonna like, boom, he's gonna fall over. All right. What do you guys? So you want to talk to Volo?
I do. I want to take Volo to the side, and I just want to say, Volo, my dear friend, you are acquainted with the magical arts, are you not?
He says, I'm well acquainted.
Let's say I wanted to increase the range of a certain spell.
Depends. What spell?
Locate object.
That's tricky. It depends on the object.
Ever heard of the Stone of Golor?
Maybe? That's the stone that I've told you about already.
What?
Yes. You don't remember. This was many weeks ago. Remember when I first hired you to take care of Rainier? You guys came back. You found him. You brought him back. Rainier mentioned the stone.
I don't.
Stone.
I don't think he never mentioned the stone.
Oh no! I mentioned the stone. The stone of Golo. Yes, it is the. It is how you would. My dear friend, Lord Neverember, he imbued the stone with the location to the Vault of Dragons.
Gotcha.
Because he looks at Valbar and he says, with lots of money.
Hmm.
A whole lot. And basically, Never ever, you remember the whole deal. He was cast out of Waterdeep, he ran, Stone of Golor stayed here, and nobody knows where the Vault of Dragons is.
So I want to supercharge a locate object spell to increase the range to encompass the entire city of Waterdeep, so I can find this stone.
You know what? We may be able to do that, but you're going to need some ingredients first.
Perfect. A fetch quest.
He says, it's not. It won't be too difficult. The really, there's only two things that you're going to need.
Okay.
One thing is, you're going to need a drop of blood from someone of the Neverember lineage. As he just kind of looks over at Rainier.
Is he passed out?
He's passed out.
I'm just
He
gonna
says,
take my dagger and just like slice his arm a little bit. And oh, and I have those vials that I have, and I'm just gonna put the drops of blood in the vials, and I'm gonna stop right, and I'm gonna say next.
He's gonna say, and Rainier's just gonna say, "Ow," and then he's gonna go back to sleep. The next one may be a little bit more difficult, but you can. I still think that you all can gather it quite fine. You're going to need to talk with somebody. Very important in Waterdeep. And really, the way the spell is going to work, if you're trying to find the Stone of Goldor, and specifically something that is owned by Lord Neverember, you're going to need to speak with Layla Silverhand. And basically, she's going to have to give you her blessing. That is the second thing that you need.
And after I get those two things, I can just magically cast the spell.
You can cast for sure. It should work perfectly fine.
But instead of the range being only 1,000 feet, it would cover the entire city somehow.
Yes, it would.
How?
What's that?
How?
Magic. It's magic, my dear boy. As
magic.
when he casts prestidigitation when he does that, and it's like he's got doves coming out. I'm just imagining like this is like Joe Bluth, just like, and it's just he's magic. So you get his blood, Neverember's blood, because the whole reason that this is the Stone of Golor is innately tied to the Neverember household. All right, does that make sense?
Yes, of course.
So getting the blood of Rainier, that allows the spell to basically charge itself. But when Lord Neverember was cast out, Layla Silverhand did cast many wards, spells, banes, boons, all sorts of things in order to prevent Lord Neverember's magic from functioning within the city. He looks at you. Do you know who Layla Silverhand is?
The Open Lord of Waterdeep, of course. I'm not a fool.
I'm quite shocked that you're not reacting.
Well, I
The way
mean,
thought you would. You are very.
I don't know what you want me to react for. Of course, I would imagine that she would. I'm just more confused on how her blessing is going to enhance my magical abilities.
It's not going to enhance you. It's going to allow the spell to work. You're using a locating spell to find something of Lord Neverember's. Without Layla's blessing, it will not work. You must speak with her. Does that make sense?
How do we gain audience with the Open Lord of Waterdeep?
Well, it helps to have a friend who knows her.
Well, can you set us up a meeting?
What's in it for me?
Well, how would you like, and I'm going to pull out one of the necklaces of Asmodeus, some information, and I'm just going to wave it back and forth in front of him.
I love information.
Would you like to know who started a cult in honor of our favorite evil deity, Asmodeus himself?
Shouldn't you be reporting that to the City Watch?
I am the City Watch.
He says, who's started a cult?
Are you going to give us an audience with Laros
I'll set up an
Silverhand?
audience with her.
Very well. The Cassalanterns. In particular,
Victoro.
Victoro.
Almost like when you say Victoro, Cassalantern, it's like Bolo just, it's almost like we have this slow motion shot of him just like dropping his glass as the glass just kind of shatters on the ground. And he's going to throw, it started to rain outside, and he's going to grab his raincoat off, and he's going to say, Valbar, I'm sorry, I told you I'd man the bar, but I have to leave. It's all yours. He's Valbar and Macon. You all can, I'll have a meeting set up for you tomorrow afternoon. Head to the Palace of Waterdeep. Tell them that you're there to speak with the Open Lord and that Volo sent you.
Very
Also,
well.
let Silverhand know that it's true. And he's gonna just kind of put up his hood. He's gonna say, Asmodeus is in Waterdeep. He's gonna leave.
What time of day is this?
It's night. It's nighttime.
Okay.
It's raining. It's very atmospheric as he says, Asmodeus is in Waterdeep. It's almost like you've basically proven a suspicion. And also, I like what Lizzie says, that I hope he plans on cleaning up that broken glass, but he does not. He just stands up, leaves.
What does he
Valbar.
say? What does he say again at the end?
So,
He just tells you that he'll have a meeting set up for you tomorrow afternoon.
No, the last thing he says.
Asmodeus is in Waterdeep.
Wait for it.
Jake, you're doing production every week, my man.
So did you
And
hear
then
that?
he leaves.
I don't know if you guys heard that or not. Hopefully the people on the stream heard it.
We definitely heard it.
Okay, good.
Hey, remember what our dear patron saint of D&D, Matthew Mercer, says? Don't stream the game for the audience, stream the game for you, all right?
True.
So, what are you guys doing now at this
I'm
point?
gonna get a broom and dustpan, and I'm gonna clean up that glass.
Valbar really appreciates that. Valbar is going to stand up on the bar and lean over, grab the bell, ring it, and say, Last call, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
All right, Falbar, you can have inspiration. All right.
Yes.
And
Oh, I see how it is. Having a big emotional response to murder. That's no, thank you. But hey, cheap one-liner cliche. Yes, inspiration.
see,
Well,
here's the
we
thing.
gotta close the bar up if we're gonna go on this adventure, and no one's even there to man the bar now.
Okay, fine. He does that, and then I start singing "Closing time." Every new beginning
All right.
comes from
Let
some-
Let
can
him
have
finish, Tom. Tom, let him finish.
No, it's okay. I don't
All right, you
deserve
can have your inspiration.
Yes.
Guys, I am so like I'm so cheap. I the what do you guys want to do now?
I think it's time to close up the bar and go get the gold.
Right as you kind of starting to close up though, Rainier is going to grab you, Valbar, by kind of like right here.
Oh,
Valbar just goes, Excuse you?
He says, "You're going to speak with Silverhand?
Yeah, probably.
She ruined my family.
How so?
She cast out my father." And he's gonna say, "She's mean," and then she's gonna fall over.
Alright, Valbar is going to ineffectively attempt to drag Rainier out of the bar. How heavy is Rainier, you think, generally?
It's heavy for you. I mean, you're no man.
Yeah. So just imagine this really like comical looking scene where Valbar is like pulling him up by like, the scruff and just like and like nothing's happening.
And then, but where are you trying to drag him to?
Outside the bar.
You're just gonna drag him outside the bar into the rain.
Yeah, into the rain. It's closing time, man. Like,
Okay, you drag him out. The bar is empty, and I like this whole idea of where we started, where Rainier is just started to make this like slow decline
mm-hmm.
that his father predicted such a long time ago, and you come back in.
Well,
And,
I'm outside though.
yeah,
So here's how I envision this happening. So like Rainier's out on the rainy like porch step, and I just go, Rainier, I I thought so highly of you before, and now you've just become a shell of yourself. You're looking mighty rickety out there. And then I just close the door slowly, and right before I close, I open it back up, and I just go, take care of yourself, man, and close it.
yes. Um, we're gonna go ahead and this is a perfect time to finish this session out. All right. Um, where basically you guys now know that you should be able to find the Stone of Golor. All right. After getting Silverhand's blessing. And there's a lot more that seems to be going on now. And you guys are kind of standing in the bar. I don't know what you guys are doing, looking at each other, discussing tomorrow's day, going to bed. Uh, but where we're going to close out, you guys, we flash over to back over to the Sea Ward, kind of on like this like cliff inside of Waterdeep, this very palatial estate in villa with a marble balcony that overlooks most of Waterdeep, and you guys see the storm just moving across the city and lightning. And there's a man out on this balcony with a woman, and he kind of just you see him just put his hand on top of her hand, and you see both of their wedding rings, and he says, "My dear, we are so close to what we need. When we do this, our family will be whole again." And we're gonna flash back out over this is the Cassalanterns estate. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Perfect.
Closing time. Open all the doors and let.
Is this royalty free, Jake?
Hey,
How
eight
much of that are we allowed
seconds.
to play?
8 seconds is all you can play. 8 seconds.
Dude, short, remember, we can clear
Yeah.
these short things, man. Oh man, dude.
Gotta go
Lizzie. All right, so Lizzie's just said that Rainier is Rickety Cricket.
That's exactly what I was going for. I said, you're looking mighty rickety.
quick. Rickety quick.
Take care of yourself. Tom didn't catch it. I'm so glad that someone else
I
did.
did it. She just said that I'm Thomas D. No.
I'm Dennis and Mac. I'm both the Golden God and the whiny emotional one.
These weird amalgamations because she said Caleb is Dennis and Charlie.
He jumps back and forth.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and end it tonight. We had a fantastic session. Other than I did get an update from Caleb that he is going to be his computer is basically dead. He'll be taken into the Geek Squad
Macon, you
tomorrow.
punched him so hard you killed his computer.
That's literally what happened. There was the
You
emotional
punched him
heat.
to death.
The emotional heat was just too much. So we're going to be back in 2 weeks. In the meantime, we've got a lot of exciting stuff coming from the RPG Academy. Next few days, a new episode of Show and Tell will be dropping on the podcast feed where you can hear me interview our fellow RPG Academy Network shows, Shadow of the Cabal, and their latest Legends of the Five Ring campaign. There's also, like I said, support us on Patreon for our monthly one-shot adventures and lots of other cool things. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Always. Jake and Troy, any last words before we sign off?
My last words are, you can do whatever you want to do as long as it doesn't hurt anybody else.
Steve, it's technically, I don't know. It may be true. I'm not sure yet. All right. And then Troy, what do you got for us?
I mean, as long as we're just handing out life advice, never get involved in a land war in Asia.
Thank you.
Historically accurate. I like it. And then I'll give our standard. Now my advice sounds so cliche now, even though we say it every time. But now after hearing those two wonderful things, it's kind of pointless for me to tell everybody. Just remember, if you're having fun, you're doing it right. That's our motto. All right. Kill the stream, Jake.
Goodbye, everybody.